Hello and welcome to SK Live. Today we have Raspreet Sidhu, who is former Indian captain of the basketball team and a current player of the women's basketball team. Welcome, Raspreet, to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So contact sports like basketball, football, kabaddi, and etc. What do you think the impact is of the lockdown? How do we see a sport like a contact sport like basketball? How do we how do we come along with that?
So, Didi, as you very rightly mentioned, and yes, I will be calling you Didi all throughout because we have a sort of basketball connect. You yourself are a legend and my Stephen senior and my teammate. So just to put that on the table right now, before everyone feels, why am I calling you Didi? So yeah, and just being the inspiration you are. So thank you so much for that. And just coming back to your question. Contact sports, as you very rightly mentioned, it's become, impact is huge. I won't lie here that, it's not really impacted all of them. No. The impact of COVID has been huge on all the sports, but way more in contact sports and team sports as compared to the individual sports, right? So I think there's been norms which are taken out by Sports Authority of India, where they will be allowing national camps. But again, there are a lot of restrictions to how much gap a player should have. So in sports, really, I can't even, when I read those norms, I really couldn't imagine myself and my team doing that because it's so difficult from the normal time, right? It's like for football, you have to have contact to play. So I think we will take all the necessary precautions, but saying that we want to come back to normal, I don't see normalcy anytime, say less than 2-3 months from now. So yeah, that is sort of my prediction and hope that it's no more than 2-3 months.
Yeah, because basketball is a contact game, and how can you keep two arms distance between the offense and the defense?
Yeah, exactly. And when you say contact sport, and suddenly it comes to my mind, we had a coach from US, Pete Goddard, in 2010. Okay. So he was from the USA, and US, basketball is a very popular sport. So is American football, which is rugby. Yes. So he used to say, people say rugby is the most is the sport where the contact is the most. But I say basketball is the one. Rugby, at least they're wearing their guards. Whereas we without any guards on the basketball court, and just it's sort of a wrestling contact. So yeah. Basketball.
Yeah, can you imagine us wearing masks and playing, and then saying that okay, you keep that much of distance, and then of course I will shoot.
Yeah. So for me personally, that's like a win-win situation because I'm the primary shooter of the team. I'll be more than happy people are 1 meter away from me. That's like raining. So that'll be like raining threes or raining conversions, right? That's okay with me. Just on a lighter note, but on a serious note, it will take a bit of some time to come back and to adjust to the situations post we move forward from COVID.
Missing in the Indian basketball team after so many years, have things changed over time, or like you were saying right now, we are still on the upward?
Right.
No one. Right. So tell me about that.
I think there are two very major important things here. Which one is, why should a child pick up a basketball and start playing the game? So the answer here lies, if you see, and don't take me wrong, I'm not saying only if you see professionalism in some sport, only then pick up that sport. No. I'm really not with that. I'm saying sports, no matter what sport you're playing, is a life skill. It teaches you way more than you can get to learn anything in a disciplined classroom, that 4-wall setting, right? But saying that, I also understand that if a child or a parent is making sure and making an effort that a child is playing a particular sport, they would want to see future in that sport.
Right.
Saying that, I think what we are lacking and what we need to sort of work on, when I say we, it's all of us together. So I'm not pinpointing fingers on any federation or the Sports Authority of India or IOA or private sector, but all of us together. So like I said, there has to be some planning where we get professionalism in the sport. When you talk about women basketball today, there are barely any public sector units which offer jobs, which offer security to the women basketball players, even the ones who are playing for the national team, right?
Right.
So I sort of got lucky, and I feel I was blessed because at a very early stage in my life, my father told me that I'm extremely proud of you that you're playing for the country, because I played for India for the first time when I was in 10th grade from a regular CBSE board, from a regular school in Delhi. Reaching to that level was something big in Delhi, which hadn't happened before. But he said, no matter, you cannot sideline your academics.
Right.
And that was a huge lesson in itself, whose benefits which I am enjoying today. And I can very proudly say that. I wouldn't have been sitting here in front of you if not for my dad, for my coach, for my siblings, for each one of you, and tons of people who've invested in me mentally and physically. And, so yeah, coming back to the question, I think professionalism is lacking in our country. We cannot just have Indian Railways giving employment to basketball players in the country, right? We need to have more. What if I don't see myself as a part of Railways? With all due respect to everyone in Indian Railways, don't take me wrong. I'm saying at times you have some aims and aspirations for your own self, right?
Right.
And that's what was for me, where I didn't see myself fitting into any of the opportunity which was offered at that time.
Right.
So what do you do next?
So do you see the corporates? Do you think the corporates give encouragement for basketball, for women basketball team?
See, when I talk about corporates, I think the closest corporate I've worked with and I'm still working with is Shivnada Foundation.
Okay.
And I am the head of sports. I'm director of sports for all the schools. Of all Shivnada schools, there's 3 in Gurgaon, Faridabad, and Noida.
Right.
They have supported me day in and day out. I've been actively working, and I've been actively playing for the national team only because of the reason, because the trustee and the CEO and my directors, they take pride, because they themselves understand the value of sports, and they take pride in me playing for the national team. So I don't know how many of other corporate sectors are okay with their employees going and playing for the national team and giving them their full salaries, right? Giving them the leaves they want. So I don't see a lot of corporates doing that. And when this is one part of it, the other can be where we start a team with the help of corporates, or we have to have that. Yeah, so
we can start clubs that like they have in cricket, they have in football.
And so that was a part 2, which is a professional league.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is something, and I believe the federation's been working on it for quite some time, and they were just about to launch it, the first level of the league. But due to the situation right now, I think they had to postpone their plan. But as and when the situation becomes better, I'm very hopeful, and I'm sure they're also working towards it. And fingers crossed, we will see a league coming into our country very soon. And that will give a lot of hopes to a lot of young basketballers, a lot of aspiring players.
Yes. So, and what, according to you, are the qualities of a good leader?
So, just to start with, Didi, I think it always and definitely has to be team over I, where you put yourself, definitely you're leading it, but you put yourself the last.
Right.
And put the needs of your team the first. Right?
Right.
To moving on to getting and having an ability to getting out the best of your entire team. Not just physically, but mentally. Because
Right.
mental fitness is something at that level, or at any level, I believe, equally matters as much as your physical fitness. So that has to be, and that has always been at least my aim, which I've learned from my seniors, all of you guys, and all of other seniors who led the nation before me, that you need to have that capability to get the maximum and the best out of your team, to just to give them fuel anytime they want. And you cannot lose your calm as a leader. You cannot lose your composure as a leader in the difficult situations. And I think the list can be never ending, but just to tell one about last but not the least is where you always, get your team ready to compete.
Right.
I think that's something, a quality of a leader. If you can get your team ready to compete, even when you know you're playing the pillars in the Asian countries or the big dogs in the Commonwealth or the Asian Games, but just getting your team ready from your locker rooms till coming to the court and performing their best is something a leader should be equipped with.
That's right. You said it right, Jaspreet. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. Don't you feel I've grown up suddenly too much in front of you, being that little kid just playing and all? I feel so funny because I've mostly heard you talk about these things, and now I'm talking with you about these things. So it's sort of it's a different feeling, a nice different feeling.
I'm proud of you. So which country did you enjoy the most playing?
I think one would be very early, which was around 2011, 2012, which was Singapore.
Okay.
Although I've been to almost all the Asian countries, of course, by 16 years of active playing career, you get to go to all at least the Asian countries. And again, then because of Commonwealth, Australia. Australia is one big sporting nation where you see people running even at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And so it's a country where they love sports. And not just to become a national level athlete, but as a lifestyle. So these are definitely my top 2 on the list.
Okay, great. And of course, you follow an NBA. And which player and team do you like the most?
So just talking about NBA players to start with, from Sue Bird, which is WNBA, to a lot of players, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are the obvious ones. But someone who I drive inspiration from is LeBron James. So he's sort of mine and my husband's God. And our loyalties lies only wherever James goes. So when he was in Cleveland, our favorite team was Cleveland Cavaliers. So wherever LeBron James goes, we have a lot of suddenly merchandise ready in our, sort of shelves of that team. So right now it will be Los Angeles Lakers. And that is majorly because of LeBron James being there. Yeah.
Oh, great.